sure. Oh, it's so high. Hold on.
It caught me in my face.
Sorry.
All
right. So I just looked down at the mic.
What?
Why are you getting coat on? You trying to go? You done talking to me?
Maybe.
Like, so, I don't know. I didn't want to put on my real outfit, so like I'm wearing my onesie underneath. Whatever, study doing. That's not a onesie.
That's not a onesie.
That's just you.
That's me, apparently. I don't have time to work out. I got kids. What does the gym look like? What does the gym look like? Weights? Huh? Exercise?
There's like this thing, it's called a treadmill, and it's just basically you walking. You could do that outside.
I know. I try and get outside, and I ride a bike to work.
The 3 minutes takes to get here?
But
I'm not judging.
I know.
Because trust and believe.
But that's my exercise.
Single tier, sad face.
Lifting a baby.
Your arms must be jacked! I like that you lift the baby like this.
Okay.
They can't see nothing for your jacket.
Whatever.
Why are you making that noise? It's going to pick up on the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
Special skill. Playing the table.
I can play the hell out of the table.
Do, 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 do. Ooh, oh, ew, ah, do, oh, I see them, sue. We think we're really funny. Oh, my phone's in the freaking shot.
So?
Gotta do it again. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Blacktor Studio. Today we have with us the award-winning André Sills. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. We have award winners here in Canada too. And André Sills, you just won an award for...
Best Actor for Master Harold and the Boys by the Toronto Critics.
The Toronto Critics.
Yep.
Could as easily have been the Broadway Critics. I mean, I don't know why you had to point out Toronto Critics.
I don't know. It's just because. Well, it's funny. I have an opening night tonight. They might think differently but tomorrow. We'll see.
We will see, won't we?
Exactly.
Ladies and gentlemen, again, my name is Starr Domingue. This is the Blacktor Studio with the award-winning André Sills. And André, we're going to start at the very beginning. Where were you born?
Born in Toronto, Ontario, and my parents had just come up from Guyana the year before, so I grew up in like East York area.
And what was your family like? What do your parents do? Do you have any siblings?
Yeah, I'm the middle child of 5. I have a brother and sister on each side of me. So brother, sister, me, brother, sister.
They weren't playing around, guys.
Yeah, very spaced out. So I got like 7 years between me and my older sister, and they're a year apart. And then 6 years after me, my younger brother was born, and then 4 years after that, my little sister was born. So a big gulf of space between us.
And you're right in the middle. And did that make you any more of a mediator than anybody else? I mean, I'm pretty much the mediator in my family. I'm the middle child.
I don't know if I was a mediator because there's so much space. So
you were an only child.
Well, for it, I guess it kind of felt like that for
right. So there's no competition.
Yeah. So by the time I was in high school, like I think I was in like grade 7 or 8 by the time my younger brother came into the elementary school that I was in, and he was in kindergarten. So
delightful. And so, what do your parents do?
Well, my parents, my mom is retired, and my dad still works as in accounts at this place called Cleanflow in Brampton, and he's been there forever.
What's it called?
Cleanflow?
Cleanflow. Go Cleanflow. You keep your, what are they called? Your employees very happy.
Yeah. So he's been there for a long time. But they are basically both now ordained ministers.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
You're a preacher's child?
Well,
Sir?
not originally. That's something that has developed over...
The only man who could ever reach you was the son of a rich man.
Yeah. So I guess as of, what was this? Last year, they both got ordained, and they've both been studying for a while. But my mom has been a person who travels all over the place since she retired. She used to work at Bell Canada in accounts receivable, and since she retired from there, she's just been all over the place.
Are you the only performer in your family?
No. My youngest sister, Yanel, just finished up at York in opera. So, yeah, keep an eye out for her. André Sills.
She may be on the Blacktor studio any day now. Let me say that again because I said the actor studio and that's not what we're doing. We're in the Blacktor studio. So,
yeah, she can sing opera.
I like the way you prefaced. Like, I can sing, but not opera. Very nice. Okay, so then what do your siblings do? Wait, I have a better question for you. I'm going to go back because that's not really the point of this story. Mm-hmm. So your younger sister is an opera singer, and your other siblings are dabbling in and out of the arts in some way. Did your parents put you all in the arts when you were younger?
No. Like, well, my mom always used to sing when we growing up in the church. My mom would sing in the choir and she would sing solos before the service would start. So people always loved her voice, and I think she was happy. Like, I think she wanted us to kind of keep some sort of artistic outlet alive.
Yes, but not to pursue it in their real lives.
Well, I don't know because like my older brother and my older sister, they did take drum in high school, and but that was it. My older sister did sing in the choir that was at the youth choir that we had at Agent Court Pentecostal Church in Scarborough, and
Scarborough girl.
But then I started off with, I guess the church we went to had Christmas and Easter productions that they did every year. They were like huge. So I remember seeing it the first time that I was like 6 and seeing, it was a bit of a spectacle. You know, you had the choir in the choir loft, and then they would basically make this whole set, and there's costumes and everything. And,
oh, the nativity.
Yeah, basically.
Were you baby Jesus?
No, I was never baby Jesus. I did once upon a time play Jesus after I graduated from theater school. So
you fulfilled your childhood dreams.
Well, yeah. So it's come a long way.
And so where did you go to school? How did your acting career begin, or theater career begin?
Well, after finishing high school and trying to decide what I wanted to do, and realizing that my passion was with acting and I wanted to pursue that, I started looking at theater schools and found George Brown and Humber. I was trying to be conservative with my choices, so I never submitted myself abroad of the city.
Toronto, yes.
Yeah, because I just didn't think that was a possibility. So I submitted to both, but first, before I did that, I talked to my parents about it, and it was like, okay, I don't want to go to university to do business or college to do business.
You know, them West Indian parents were so excited to hear you say that.
Yeah. And there was a pause, and mom was like, okay, if this is what you want to do, you have to do it full out. You got to go get your training. You got to make sure you have your foundation set for yourself if you're going to do this, because it's a very uncertain lifestyle. It's not a regular paying job that you have 365 days of the year, unless you're lucky.
If you're not,
unless you're lucky,
yes.
But
we should all hope to be employed 365 days a year. Yeah. Although not 365 days of the year, because as an actor in theater, we only get the one day off.
365 days of the year, right? So everybody's Regular people get weekends.
Regular people get weekends. That's what I'm trying to say. We only get that one day off a week. So, 365 days a year, it seems a little bit much.
Yeah. But you know what I mean.
But casting directors, producers, we will do it. If you approach us, we'll take that. Don't cut us out. We're open.
Open to the possibilities. But yeah, I don't know. It was and then after laying that at them, they're like, okay, we support you, and I applied to George Brown and Humber, and got into both. And I remember having a conversation with somebody, and they suggested George Brown.
Do you know who that somebody was? Do you remember?
Yeah, it was a guy that I went to church with, who was a part of the drama team that we had at the time, and he's like, well, I looked at the George Brown a little bit, and I would say George Brown would be good for you.
And is he an actor?
Yeah, his name was Rodney Barnes.
Rodney Barnes.
He's kind of a face of CIBC from time to time. So you see his
no
face
small feet, guys.
From time to time, just posing. Yeah, so I took his advice, went to George Brown. It was hard, as theater school is, but got out and spent some time in Toronto, and then went to Stratford after that.
So you spent some time, we're talking a couple of years?
A year after I graduated, I got into the conservatory. So
what you're saying is, George Brown was amazing and difficult, and then you were out of school for a year and applied to the Stratford Festival's conservatory program, which, how many people do they take a year?
12.
12 actors. André Sills was one of 12 actors accepted into the conservatory at the Stratford Festival. The Stratford Festival, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, yeah, and it was great. It was a great learning experience. But the one thing about it was, yes, you were guaranteed a spot in the season, but the spot in the season didn't necessarily mean you're guaranteed a lead or anything of the sort. So I was like, yeah, guaranteed spot. What's a spot? This spot.
Spear holder number 1 to
well,
the
and
left.
actually, it was actually that first year that I was there was the first time that I worked with Peter Hinton in The Duchess of Malfi.
You bring up Peter Hinton because he's currently directing you and myself here at the Shaw Festival in
Octoroon.
Yes, they play an Octoroon. You met him at the Stratford Festival, and you worked in a small role.
Yeah, well, too small.
Were you scenery? I was scenery in one of his shows, and I loved every minute of it. And I say that with all love. I just think he's a brilliant director. And so I was scenery, and it's one of my favorite roles ever, actually. I was in Pygmalion here, my first season at Shaw Festival, and scenery. And I mean, pretty scenery.
Well,
But
the
scenery.
one thing that I do admire about Peter is that the one thing about small parts in his plays is he doesn't just want you there as a body.
Exactly.
If you're there to do something. I remember the first day of the Duchess of Malfi and him describing what he wanted to do with the play and basically saying he wanted to make a horror movie with the Duchess of Malfi. And I played one of the executioners. And I remember to this day, like, it wasn't a easy sort of strangle. It was like, then talking with John Stead, who did the fights at the time, is like, an actual strangulation could take a couple minutes. So we did that. So it wasn't. It was brutal.
Yes.
It was brutal. So
I agree with you. I think that the great thing about Peter Hinton, I think, is that every actor in his company is used in a way that gives us respect for even the smallest roles.
Yeah.
We feel like our skill sets are being used, and he values each person in his productions, and I really appreciate that from a director who doesn't necessarily need to do that.
Yeah, but
Peter Hinton.
It allows everybody to be invested in the show that they're in.
Everybody's invested.
Right. So that's.
And he's got a bevy of information at his fingertips.
Super smart guy.
Like, ready and willing to give it to you, even, again, as scenery. And I say that with love. Scenery is totally hyperbole, but I just actors, you know what I mean. You are not playing a lead. You're not playing a supporting lead. You're not even really in the ensemble. You're kind of carrying a chair sometimes as scenery. But the chair the backstory that the chair has with Peter Hinton and why you must carry it. It's vast. Vast, I tell you. Then you were at the Stratford Festival.
Uh-huh.
And then you were there for how long?
4 consecutive years.
How long was the conservatory?
I was there September 2005, and it went to February of 2006, and then went straight into the season after that. Yeah, so I was there for 4 years, did the last 2 years of Richard Manette, and then the first 2 years of Des Mackinoff, it was an interesting time.
I like that, the way you say that, sir. Do you have any favorite roles? Anything that you've done thus far in your career that you thought, yes, I've made it, and not made it as in I'm a huge success, but just this is the role I really wanted to play, and I'm getting to play it.
Well, this year playing Octoroon, this is a play that I've had on my person for about the past 2 years. A company that I work with in Toronto, the Actors Repertory Company, or ARC, that I did put that on the table and say, hey guys, what about this one? It might have been too ambitious.
Avant-garde?
Well, not avant-garde. We do
Avant-garde.
that sort of stuff. We have a set amount of company members, and we would have to reach outside of our own company to do this one. So that was kind of like put on the shelf, and then only to find out later on that the rights weren't available in Canada to do it. So somebody had picked it up already, and that stressed me out a little bit.
And the people that picked it up were
the Shaw Festival.
And then they cast you in the role that you wanted.
Well, yes.
I mean, not that easily, of course, but basically the gods shined down upon you and said, well, you don't have to put it on yourself. We're going to put it on for you, and you're going to get to work with this brilliant director and fulfill the dream role that you've wanted to play.
Well, it's like dream, yes. It's not easy. So some people say it's a dream role. It's not like it's an easy thing to do. It requires a lot. So, like, we started rehearsal, so we're still charting our way through the journey of the play, and thank God we're doing that. But it's a bit of a beast.
Thank God it's not only a 2-week rehearsal process.
Oh yeah, and
that might have been what ARC was going to provide
basically
for you.
in 3 weeks maybe, and then we're up.
And speaking of ARC, I'm sorry to interrupt you for a quick second. We never discussed ARC. What is ARC?
ARC is an actor, or now an artist-based company in Toronto. I've been with them now for about six years, I think. But our mandate is basically where we find plays that haven't been done in Canada. So stuff that's been done abroad, and bringing something new to Toronto, to Toronto's theatre scene. This past fall, we did Pomona, which is a British playwright who wrote it a couple of years back, I think, probably 5 years ago. But a Rubik's Cube of a play that kind of folded in on itself, and very dark. My first scene was me violently killing somebody on stage, and then we went back into his story to figure out how he got there. And that was a journey for everybody. Everybody kind of started at the end, and then we see
how every
person got there. So it was exciting. It was a hard play to rehearse. I think it all surprised us as to how much it demanded. There was a lot of 2-handers, 3-handers, so it's like, it shouldn't be that bad because of that. But once you start putting the logistics of what's actually happening, what am I picking up from, where is this scene in my timeline?
Right.
And yeah, it was a really cool piece, great for an ensemble that we have that is really great and cohesive together. And yeah, it was a really cool process, and we did get nominated for Best Ensemble for the Manai Entertainment Awards earlier on in the year. Yeah, it was great.
He's just bragging some more about all of his awards, guys.
It was a nomination. This one that we talked about earlier on is actually my first award.
Well, congratulations, André Sills. I mean, well deserved. I've seen that production, and I believe it's being remounted and
in Montreal.
In Montreal, and if you get a chance to go to Montreal, or all of you Quebecois, you should go and see Master Harold and the Boys. It is co-pro with Obsidian, directed by Philip Aiken, and he also won the award for Best Direction. Is that correct?
And then James Daly, who plays Hallie, got Best Supporting Actor.
Go and see these guys. It's an amazing show. It'll pull all of those heartstrings, and just the depth of work that's done by these three actors, helmed by Philip Aiken. Don't miss out. Andre, do you have any special skills that we should know about? Things that people just wouldn't know about you that you're like, oh, by the way, I'm a world champion baton twirler.
I'm not a baton twirler. I was just a sports guy. I haven't touched a basketball, mind you, in a long time. So that would probably take me a couple of months to get back into the groove. But I was a rugby player for a good period of time throughout high school, and then after I graduated from high school, I did play with a club in Toronto, the Toronto Nomads, and I also played for Ontario for 2 years when I was under 18, and then the under 22s.
So in theory, that might have been a different career path.
Yeah. It was only because I think acting started to pay me.
I ain't mad about it.
That it started to go in a different direction. But I still miss the game.
Of course.
I did enjoy playing, and it's violent. It's rough.
It's violent.
It's violent. It's rough.
I mean, I'm just gonna let you know that over the course of this interview thus far, you've talked about strangling someone for a number of minutes.
Yeah.
You talked about violently killing someone. And now we've got to your sport of choice, rugby, which you've now categorized as violent. I just want you to know, sweet as pie. Well, maybe that's because he channels all of that into his acting or into his rugby playing. Can't be sure.
No, it's growing up as a kid. I was always I was a bit of a crybaby at growing up as a kid. I know, weird. But when I started playing...
And like the preface, I know, weird.
But then I started playing rugby, and then I started to realize what adrenaline did in terms of the rules and regulations of a rugby game. So, and what that meant, I guess, to me at the time is whenever that clicked in was for the next 40 minutes, one half is 40 minutes, to 80 minutes in total. Within the guidelines of rugby, I can screw up those 15 guys.
That wasn't the word you were going to use.
No.
I heard it.
I can really, within the rules, I could really take any of those guys out. My rule of thumb for playing rugby was I hit them harder than they hit me. That's how we survive. That's basically the rule.
Survival of the fittest is what you're saying.
Because as soon as you take that intent away is when you get hurt.
Right.
So you're not going to hurt me. I'm going to hurt you first. was the intent of the game.
That's not how he lives his life.
No.
That's
No. It's just on the field.
It's the reason why he started playing rugby.
But that little thing there is, yes, I know that guy stays on the field. And then you look at plays like the Scottish play and Lady M asking Mackers to be a man, and he's like, oh, wait. I know what it takes to be a man.
Right.
You want that guy to come, and as soon as he does, she can't handle it.
Exactly.
And she kills herself. Or she dies.
So you channel that kind of adrenaline, as you call it, that kind of energy into your acting life, or into the way you go after roles. How does that inform your life now?
Well, it's the type of work that I want to do is the type of work that scares me. So Master Harold was a great experience last year with really tapping into something different, and where we as a world of 2017, looking back at 1950 South Africa, we can put a lot of judgment on apartheid. And, you know, I can play Sam as like, oh, this is terrible. South Africa is terrible. The social injustices are terrible. But people had to live through that. So there's a certain amount of, it is terrible, but I'm at work. So I put that away.
Like, how do you get through your everyday
life? Right. I remember Alan Louis, who's Dracula this year, fantastic actor.
He's the third member in the ensemble of Master Harold.
Yeah, I remember him saying, he's seen this play before. But the one thing that didn't work about it was the actors bringing their present day judgment to the piece. Because that's the audience's job, not ours.
Similar to what we're doing with Octoroon.
Exactly.
Just how you can keep your own judgment off of the characters and off of the play and
some of the language.
The language, especially the language, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Keep our own judgment off of that and just live in those characters.
Yeah.
And
play them as truthfully as possible.
Yes. I mean, that is our job as actors anyways, is to play every character as truthfully as possible. But I find what you're speaking to, I think, is the fact that some characters are easier to access that kind of truth in the way of lack of judgment, sympathetic characters or people you want to help, people that you see in yourself. And some characters that you get to play, if you're fortunate enough to get to play them, are so far outside of yourself that you have to reserve judgment, reserve your bias, reserve your prejudice against the character, the time period, the words, the moral, and be as truthful as possible to that character, knowing that nobody wants to be evil.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody wants to be evil.
Exactly.
I mean, there's a reason why you have these villains, and some, yes, the Disney, the Disney-fied villains, they're evil just for the sake of being evil, and that's their it serves their purpose.
That's their court. That's
right?
their purpose. But and I feel like with theater, because one play that I've done twice is Intimate Apparel, where he played Judge Armstrong, a man from Barbados. And Barbados? I think so. Yes. But anyways. But I've heard so many people say, "Oh, he's just a bad man." But there was a lot of things that he says, in that play, both people, the man and wife, Esther Mills and George, they lied to each other. Like, she can't read. He didn't write the letters. So neither of them wrote the letters to each other. So these people meeting are actually like meeting for the first time.
Right. But nobody ever sees her wrong.
Exactly.
They only see his wrong.
Right. He's a man who works construction and he wants to work. And like he's a man who helped build the Panama Canal, and then going to New York where it's a land of opportunity. There's no opportunity for him. So he's a man broken down, a man who's able to build, to create, and he can't. So he's broken. Right?
But nobody ever sees that. I mean, not that nobody ever sees that, but that hopefully the job of that actor is to bring that to light, make him a sympathetic character, even though
at the end of the day, he does screw over Esther Mills, but
there's underlying meaning as to how he got there.
The way we get to that is there a possibility that he might come back?
Right.
Because if we can build that sort of backstory where he doesn't want to screw her over, but it just gets to the point where he screws her over so bad.
He doesn't know how to do it. Or he can't come back. Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's just like trying to build in those complexities where you actually hear the villains.
Yeah.
You hear the
villains. You hear them, you know them, you can see how you yourself as the audience member might actually
connect to them.
Yes.
Right?
Become them in the wrong circumstances.
And that's the thing about humanity, though, right? we are capable of some terrible things as we look in the world and see what's happening everywhere.
Every day. Everywhere.
And that's the one thing I really enjoy about acting. It's, at the end of the day, we're exploring humanity.
Yeah.
In many different fronts, many different ways. And like my mom always says, why can't you do more plays like Pride and Prejudice? It's like, well, Mom, that's great, but our world is a little bit more complicated than Pride and Prejudice. Not discrediting what Pride and Prejudice is, but I just know that our world is a little bit more complicated and needs a little bit more than what, for me, than what Pride and Prejudice has to offer. That makes sense.
It makes lots of sense. Andre, can you tell me about the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on stage, or something that you've been asked to do that was the most challenging thing you've ever had to do? Or do you have any limits that you won't go to? Any of those things you can touch upon. But you can, when you decide which one you're touching upon, in case I edit all of this out, can you say which one you're touching upon? And then I will ask the question again. Preska, mess.
Like scary things I've done? Or...
Well, I mean, something, for example, this is my go-to, right?
Yeah.
Things that I've been asked to do that I will not do.
Right.
I will not get naked.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do nudity. Mm-hmm. It's just the Starr thing. It's, I'm not a prude. This right here are for very specific people in my life. Sorry, Mom. I've also been asked to cut my hair, which I will not do. You can't see it right now, but my hair is very long. And I was recently having a conversation with some actors about Joan, actually, that's also on here at the Shaw Festival. Yeah. And the lead actress in that has to play a boy or dresses up as a boy, has to blend in with the men to be a soldier. And so she cut all her hair off. And another actor had asked me before if I would do that. They were surprised when I was like, no. And they were like, really? And I was like, yes.
Well, I understand.
And not, I get it. I hear that. I hear why people are astonished that I wouldn't cut my hair, for example, for a role. But I would cut my hair for a role. You'd have to pay me a lot of money. You have to pay me so much money that you might as well build a wig. That's what I'm saying.
Well, and there are those possibilities here at the Shaw Festival where you can wear wigs.
Where you can wear wigs.
And I'm wearing all wigs this year, so...
Oh, yes!
So I can do whatever I want with my hair. I just cut it off yesterday. But one thing that's weird for me is, like, this is my first year without, like, any sort of facial hair, so I feel very... Naked on the face. I just saw one of my pictures from last year from the lobby, and I was like, oh... a goatee. I miss you, man. But,
so really what you're saying is there's nothing that you wouldn't do thus far.
I don't know. Like, it depends.
See, then there's nothing that you wouldn't do. Under the right circumstances, there's nothing that you wouldn't do. What are the challenges of being an ethnic actor here in Canada? Are there challenges? Do you feel the challenges?
Yes. In a lot of the ways, like we're talking in rehearsal in Octoroon right now, where I can say I'm an actor, but the way the world sees me as a black actor. My struggle from after graduating from theater school was taking notice of when people were putting me inside of a box and limiting me to what they thought I could do, not knowing what I could do. When I would notice that people or different companies were thinking, yeah, why don't you just, here's a good offer for you. This is, you can do it. So you can go ahead and do it. So when I started to realize that, then I moved up.
So if your, let's say, agents or directors came to you and said things like, well, here's the thug. We know you can do it.
Yeah.
You were like, thank you very much for that offer, but
yeah,
I don't want to continuously perpetuate that stereotype of me or black men.
Well, the one thing that I'm super aware of is just hiring for color as opposed to, or just coloring your stage with color as opposed to actually letting some of those minorities play some of the parts is different.
Yes.
I've had an interesting journey with the Shaw Festival leading up to here, and I've told people, like, when I graduated from theater school in 2004, I didn't think I could work here.
Right.
Based on who was on the artist board, and you know, I know that Jackie had a trajectory of where she was going to implement diversity in the company. And I know how these companies work. I know how Stratford works. I know why they have a star system. I know there's people that the audiences love and enjoy, and it's the same here. So I realize it's not necessarily an easy thing to just flip everything like that. Just because of what, I don't know, your public is used to, and they love to see those people on the stage. I saw that at Stratford. I saw that here. So for myself, I just tried to hustle as hard as I could to show people what I could do. It's not easy. It's a struggle all the time. It's a constant battle. But I think, like, this year at the Shaw Festival is really interesting because I feel like we have a lot of diversity that isn't just coloring the stage.
From what I've deciphered, which is highly ridiculous, I think maybe I would go so far as to say 1/3 of the company has an ethnic background this year, which is leaps and bounds from Shaw Festival in years past. And I respect all of the artistic directors beforehand, and I understand, as you say, how a festival works or how theater companies work, and they can't arbitrarily make decisions. They have to speak to a lot of people to get to what they want to do. I applaud both Jackie Maxwell, who I was my artistic director before, and TC, Tim Carroll, for having their different visions and achieving what they achieved. I feel privileged to have been a part of both of their time here. But it is a feat in and of itself, and everybody's talking about it. That it's 1/3 of the company, I think, at least, that it is ethnically diverse. Can't say the word. Ethnically diverse.
And it was a journey, right? And I think if it was a drastic thing that happened overnight,
I don't know. I feel like it did happen overnight.
Well, I feel like there was some groundwork put in place.
Oh, by Jackie. Absolutely. So, but I feel like he was like, okay, Jackie's done as much as she can do. Because I applaud her for what she has done with the Shaw Festival in so many different ways. Yeah. And she was doing her best to, I think, in my humble opinion, increase the ethnic quota here.
Yep. But then also being... Because one thing about this place is that it has a really nice sense of family, company.
Yeah. And then how do you keep everybody happy and keep everybody employed that you love and
give people opportunities, which is something she was great for. And you know, that was one thing that I really respected about how she worked was we have a great company of actors, so why don't we use them? Yeah. And develop them and see where such and such of a person can surprise me this year, and see how you can create a relationship with your entire company, with your audience base, which I found really, really cool. Yeah. And there's strides. And like everybody is here to support each other. Yeah. And that's really really nice to just feel that sort of support,
community and support, and I have to say I do love working at the Shaw Festival. Yeah. It is exactly that, an ensemble of people, not just the actors, just an ensemble of people. You know, what's the best advice you've ever received as an actor, and what's the advice you would give to future actors?
Well,
and who gave it to you?
I guess it'll go back to, for me, after I left Stratford, and I left because I needed a change and I needed to to challenge myself as an actor again. And I remember the first thing that I saw coming down the subway at King subway station. It was a Visa ad, and it said, "Don't be an understudy." And I was like, "Oh!" And at the time, it felt like that's all I was, and I was like, "Wow."
Okay.
And it just really
it resonated.
It resonated with me, and it really kind of like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm more than just that. I can play these parts too. And not saying that I haven't understudied since then, I have. But, my drive as an actor isn't to just be moving furniture. I want to be playing the parts. I feel like I can do them. I feel like I have a nice training base underneath me, that I have tools that I can bring to the table for whatever plays or things that I'm doing. So it's just that, recognize your drive. If that's all you want to do, I'm not going to be angry at you. But if you want to act because you want to work, then act because you want to work.
Because I definitely know those actors who are very happy to be understudies or swings of shows or offstage covers. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, as you say, recognize what you want to do for your career and then strive to achieve those things.
Yeah, to the fullest. And that's my drive, and that's where I'm trying to go. And it's hard because, it's always a battle of what's next. And
sometimes what's next is the understudy, and you have to make that decision whether or not you should take it for whatever reasons. Yeah. Are you interested in doing anything else in this business, like directing, producing?
Well, I am interested in directing, but for the most part, it's just finding a play or something that
speaks to
I don't want to be in. Because that's the thing.
That's how I feel.
Because that's the thing. Because I don't want, like, as an actor or as a director, I don't want to be directing somebody based on, like, this is how I would play the part, because then that's not what it's about.
It's not effective directing.
Exactly. And that's where my sort of struggle is right now with acting, directing, is, like, I want to do it, but it's just finding that piece that, okay, yes, this isn't something that, like, there may be that in it as well, but, just to separate myself from, okay, this is the way I would do it, but let's see what you can bring to the table, and be surprised and just be part of that process and seeing something birth to life.
Right.
I think it's really exciting.
I know you have like 2 minutes. I have 2 more questions, but I want to go and tell people to stop yelling in my library. So this is the time when I usually ask the world famous questionnaire from inside the actor studio, James Lipton. Uh-huh. But recently I've been put to task to ask different questions. Mm-hmm. So I've come up with 2 that I really enjoy. Okay. The first one is, which character from our favorite TV shows of the past would you be? Theodore Huxtable, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Dwayne Wayne from A Different World. And why?
Oh, out of those 3 guys. Well, I guess Theodore Huxtable. I feel like his sort of demeanor and energy is closest to mine. Will Smith as the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is a little too suave, I guess, and
he's a little bit of a trickster.
Yeah.
In Dwayne Wayne.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like I see him. I was like, interesting. Not me though. More Theodore, I think. Yeah.
I can see that. I can see that. Last question. If you were writing a memoir for today, to describe today, what would it be called for the last 10 years and for the future 10 years of your life?
Oh boy.
In 10 years.
So the past 10 years?
So the past 10 years for today and then in the future.
Maybe the past 10 years, the development of man. I don't know.
Are you mad about
it? There's a lot in that.
For today.
For today and beyond.
No, for today and then
for today and then. The actor struggles.
And 10 years from now, what would your memoir be called?
Possibilities are endless. So,
ladies and gentlemen, the possibilities are endless. Thank you so much, André Sills, for joining me here on the Blacktor Studio. Look for him. This award-winning actor is on stage currently in The Madness of King George here at the Shop Festival, and also an Octoroon, different from the Octoroon, the Dion musical play, an Octoroon by Brandon Jacob Jenkins here at the Shop Festival. And in the future, you can see him in Master Harold and the Boys in Montreal for Obsidian Theater. Yeah. Thank you so much, Andre.
Later.
We're here today. I wasn't
what are you
sure
trying to say? What are you trying to say?
Can't be sure.
Wednesday.
Let's talk about our favorite quotes from movies. Do you got any? I got one. Mm-hmm. Remember?
You didn't tell me that.
I didn't tell you. I know you don't smoke weed. I know this. It's Friday.
It's Friday.
You ain't got no job. And you ain't got shit to do.
I know you don't smoke weed. I know you don't. That's how he talks.
Chris Tucker.
People say that I look like him sometimes.
Because they lie to your face. Because, you black.
I know, right?
That's why. That would be the only reason why. You more look like Ice Cube than you do Chris Tucker.
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I actually, in Madness of George, because I play two characters, there was a student audience there one day, and I called one of the little girls racist because she said I look like my other character. And I was like, oh, how dare you, madam? I am Dr. Ward. I am not Mr. Pitt. That is the Prime Minister of England. I am a doctor. That's very racist of you. And she was like, oh! And she started laughing. It's hilarious. Good moment.
It was almost as hilarious as you telling the story.
Well, it's not as good. Didn't sound good.
I mean, it was kind of a had to be there
situation. All right. It was really funny when it happened.
I'm going to cut that. I mean, we're just going to do the It Was Friday part. No?
I'm Chris Tucker. This is how we talk. Ah!
Why don't you tell me your favorite line from a movie or TV show?
Ooh.
I'm going to say something and you tell me what they're from.
Okay.
Ready? Na 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 na. Ooh. A B C D E F G. Gilbert Hall's the one for me.
Give it what to be?
Gilbert Hall's the one for me.
Gilbert Hall?
Yes.
What is it?
It's from a different world.
Oh,
you're not really black, are you?
Wow. Wow. I haven't watched that in like years.
Again, you're not really black, are you?
Yes, I am.
Make sure they know.
Yeah. It's not coming up. It's on there.
We're gonna be serious this time.
Yeah. Let's talk about serious issues, like serious issues.
Can you speak to those serious issues?
The seriousness of these issues.
It makes me very serious.
Serious that.
Seriously though?
Seriously, so hard to talk about.
It
right?
is.
But that's the thing, right?
That's what happens when you are dealing with serious issues.
But the fact that we're talking about these serious issues.
That's what makes them so serious.
But we're actually talking about it,
Are we?
Are we though? I think so. Right?
Serious issues.
Yeah. Starr. I think it's really impressive, this interview series that you're doing.
Thank you.
Something needs to be done, right?
Well, I mean, it was just an idea I had. And I'm just happy that I can find the actors to take the time out of their schedules to speak to me about this very important issue.
Yes. Very important. Very important. Give us a voice,
That's my whole point.
Chance to talk to the people.
To represent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we got real serious right quick.
I know. What happened?
Well, because we started talking about real issues.
Oh yeah, serious issues. I'm back on that.
But that is only going to be funny if we put the serious one in.
Before this one?
Yes.
Right. So that's an editing job.
I
That's
don't have...
What, you know how to edit, yeah? Yeah?
I mean, I've been making that shit up. Sorry.
Beep.
It's my show. It's YouTube. I mean, I didn't say nothing more than what people on the network TV shows be saying.
That's true. They get away with a lot these days.
A lot.
A lot.
Do you watch TV and film? I mean, you do some TV and film.
Not enough. So, casting directors?
Agreed. Would you stop playing the damn table? What are we
I
doing?
don't know. I gotta go
Goodbye,
home.
people.
Kids.
I love
Later.
Sarah.
Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode of The Blacktor Studio.